morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we are looking at a rather nice new stadium, which is going to be coming out in Unified Minds. It was revealed on the Japanese YouTube channel today. It has been translated by the lovely David Hochmann, and apparently, it's called Slumber Forest. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever wanted to play a deck that in any way, shape or form revolves around the special condition of sleep, this is for you. You see, what it does is it reads, flip 2 coins instead of 1 between turns for sleeping Pokemon. If either of them is tails, that Pokemon is still asleep. So generally speaking, when a Pokemon is asleep, they can neither attack nor retreat. And then between turns, that's after your turn, after your opponent's, etc., you flip a coin. If heads, the Pokemon is no longer asleep. If tails, they are still asleep. And they cannot retreat, etc. Well, this makes you flip 2. And to be honest, this is the kind of thing we've been seeing with Darkrai cards for a little while now. Now, just a quick ruling thing, because I've already seen this question being asked. If we look at Darkrai Prism Star, no. So, Darkrai Prism Star's got a lovely attack, which basically puts your opponent's Pokemon to sleep, and then your opponent flips 2 coins between turns, and they've got to both be heads in order to wake up. It's the same as this. They do not stack. You can't have your opponent flips 3 coins and all 3 need to be heads. And the reason is very simple. These cards, that is Darkrai and this, they don't say flip an extra coin. They say flip 2 coins. So one of them makes sure you flip 2 coins, and the other one makes sure you flip 2 coins. They both make sure you flip 2 coins. It doesn't stack. Otherwise, that would be amazing. But make no mistake about it, this is really, really useful if you want to play around with sleep. And the good news is we're getting into a format where special conditions like sleep are going to be better and better and better. So up till now, I've always said, well, not always, but for a while, I've been saying, well, everyone's playing, 3 or 4 Guzma at the moment, and most people are playing a couple of Ace Roller, and either of those cards can get you out of something like sleep, which makes sleep a lot less effective. But that's not true when the rotation hits, and this is coming out as the rotation hits. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, we're losing Ace Roller. We're losing Guzma. We're still going to have things like Switch, but people are going to have to actually put them in their deck. Cards like Ace Roller and Guzma that people were playing anyway worked really nicely to get you out of sleep. That's not the case. Now, to be fair, you're still going to have Escape Board. An Escape Board lets you retreat when you're asleep. An Escape Board is going to be the bane of this. Because let's say you've got something like Jirachi. It puts itself to sleep when it uses its Redonk ability. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a trainer card, put it in your hand. You can just use Escape Board and retreat. You're not going to be attacking with Jirachi. Now, Escape Board won't help you if you want to attack, but if you want to retreat, Escape Board will help you. But what if Jirachi doesn't find an Escape Board? Now you need an energy to retreat, but you've also got to flip 2 heads. That gives you a 25% or a 1 in 4 chance of actually waking up. And that's not high, ladies and gentlemen. That is not high at all. Which means you can really take advantage of this. This can really hurt your opponent. So the question then becomes, alright, what are we doing in terms of sleep? What Pokemon do we have? And, well, I've got a couple different categories. Sleep attacks and sleep abilities. Now, in terms of sleep attacks, we've got a bunch, although none of them are particularly amazing. So, for instance, we've got Wigglytuff from Unbroken Bonds, 3 colorless energy, 80 damage plus sleep. Now, also in Unbroken Bonds, we've got Miss Magius. Now, it's got the amazing ability whereby you KO it and draw till you've got 7 cards in hand. Psychic double colorless, 70 damage plus sleep. So you do need the Psychic, but in a Psychic deck, that could be fun. We've got Gengar, which is Psychic but doesn't need Psychic energy. 3 colorless energy, 70 damage plus sleep. And an ability whereby when you evolve into it, you put 6 damage counters on your opponent's EX and GX Pokemon in any way that you like. So I can certainly see this being some fun with Gengar. And remember, for an evolved Pokemon like Gengar or indeed Wigglytuff, you can always use triple acceleration energy to pay it in one go, if that's what you're into. I cannot give up a chance to mention Latias, Baby Daisy's spirit Pokemon, who for a 2, alright I suppose. It's not terribly inspiring. And then we've got Pelipper, that for free colourless energy does 80 damage, plus sleep. Cool. None of those are great options. What we do have is some really nice abilities here. Now, I love Vileplume's ability, but it's a stage 2. Vileplume's ability reads, once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, choose asleep, burned, confused, or poisoned, not paralyzed. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now affected by that special condition. So this is a stage 2 and it's on a coin flip, but it essentially gives you access to sleep every turn. That's cool. If you get 2 on the bench, you've got a 75% chance of sleep, and that's quite ridiculous. Again, I'm not 100% sure you're going to be playing this given that it's a stage 2. I mean, at the moment, people are playing Vileplume, the awesome one from Burning Shadows, which blocks attacks from basic Pokemon. And this would really fit in nicely as just a 1-card tech as you're playing Vileplume anyway. But by the time we get the stadium, Burning Shadows Vileplume will have rotated. We have also got Shinotic here. Now, this was the Shinotic that came around in Lost Thunder. When it's in the active and it is damaged by an attack, you put the defending Pokemon to sleep, or the attacking Pokemon as it would be in that case, to sleep. Not loving it, if I'm honest with you. Got to be in the active, got to take a hit. I am underwhelmed. What I really like here, however, is Mareep. Now, this was also in Lost Thunder, and it's got a really underrated ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. And it's got a retreat cost of 1, so you can use something like a skateboard or U-turn board to get essentially free retreat there, which is wonderful. And I know you've got to have him in the active, but it's no different to Jirachi, which is seeing a bit of play, or Miltank, which can do the healing, which is seeing a little bit of play in Reshiram Charizard decks, because you attach lots of energy with Welder, and you heal for every energy you attach. You see where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen. So, if those cards see play because they've got to be in the active, then there's no reason not to play this. The problem is, this is a little weak Pokemon that puts your opponent to sleep, and there's a 50% chance they're going to wake up going into their turn. So what you do here is, with the stadium out, there is a 75% chance they're going to be asleep going into their turn. And we don't have time to get into it, but there is actually a new Amoonguss, which has got an ability which can put your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. I'm going to be uploading that video about an hour after this one, so I'll link it in the description. And as long as you're not watching this in about the first hour, in which case be patient, it's coming very soon, there'll be a link in the description. You can go watch that video right now. And by right now, I mean when this video finishes. Yay! And here's the thing. Firstly, we're losing Field Blower to the rotation, so they're not going to be able to use that to get rid of the stadium. And secondly, yeah, sure, they can play their own stadium, but don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that they don't get to do that till their turn. They've still got to flip 2 coins and flip double heads to get out of sleep, which means you've still got a 75% chance of going into that turn asleep. And I think in a format where we don't have Ace Roller and we don't have Guzma, where switching options are dramatically decreased from what they were, this is a really fun card that can take advantage of sleep. And remember, we're gonna be getting more options for sleep in the future. It's not like these sleeping cards are the only ones we're ever gonna have. We're gonna have more, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be fun. Now, I do need to mention before we finish that this is actually... it's kind of continuing a bit of a theme. Because, of course, we just got Dust Island in Unbroken Bonds to help you out with poison. If your opponent tries to switch their active Pokemon, or if anyone does, using a trainer card, the new active Pokemon is affected by the special condition. And let's not forget that back in Dragon Majesty we had Weller Volcano Park, whereby even if you flipped heads for burn, you were still burned. So this is the 3rd special condition recently where we've got on a stadium which will help you to keep that special condition on. Now, Of course, we also had Sea of Nothingness a little while ago, which stopped you evolving or devolving out of special conditions, and that didn't do too much. But this is better than that. This is a lot better than that. I'm giving this 4 Wassies, and it's fairly tentative, and I could be wrong, and I'm alright with that. I don't know how much good Sleep is going to do. But I do know we're moving into a format with significantly worsened switching options, and now your opponent's got a 75% chance of staying asleep between turns, and frankly, I look at this and go, yeah, I'm cool with it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I like this. I think it looks fun, but I would like to know what you think about it. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where we talk about games that don't have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.